Ryan, thanks for joining us. How's life settling in at Livingston?
Yeah, really good. Really enjoying it so far. Been there a couple of months now, so good to get going. Good to get the sort of League Cup games. Although we didn't do well, it's a bit more meaningful pre-season. Disappointed that we didn't progress through, but we've started off reasonably well in the league, and so far so good.
And you've had a great career that's spanned a fair few countries. How important has it been for you to keep a focus off of the field during that time?
Yeah, I think it's vitally important. I almost wish that I did a few more things earlier on in my career. It's now sort of coming to the later stages of my career, so I need to sort of shift my focus to more things of what I'm going to do after football. But it is good. You get to meet players from different clubs, different situations, different experiences. So I think that's all kind of bodes well in terms of learning and growing as a person. But I slightly wish I maybe started a little bit earlier.
And you recently completed the creative media course through PFA Scotland. How was that?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Media is something that I would like to try and get into, sort of after football. So I seen the course came up, applied for it and got on it, and really enjoyed it. There's a lot of things that interest me in terms of interviewing people and being good at doing interviews. A lot of sort of tricks of the trade, and made you think outside the box, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and I'm really glad that I did it.
And you're now a bit of a familiar face on Sky Sports, and you've dipped your toes into a bit of podcasting as well. How did the course help set the foundations for that sort of experience, and what have you learned through that as well?
Like a lot of it is probably stuff that you don't realise, in terms of what you need to start a podcast, what's the best software. We have to do a lot of researching in terms of what you can get, even price range. A lot of the stuff is new to a lot of people that have gone into it, and sort of what are the key components to creating a good podcast. I think probably in the last couple of years it seems to be what everyone's doing, and it's growing arms and legs. So what makes good podcasts, what doesn't make good podcasts, and then again how you come across in a podcast or an interview, or doing Sky stuff on match days. So a lot of that stuff was good for me personally. It's something that I'm very interested in, and I think all the boys on the course really enjoyed it.
And you're about to try something new as part of that applied management football degree here at Napier University today. What was your drive behind that?
Again, it's something different. I think I've always been intrigued about the sort of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. How a football club is run to a lot of fans is Saturday at 3 o'clock. But there's also a lot of other stuff that goes into that. How is a well-run club, and what makes a well-run club in terms of what goes on behind the scenes. So that's pretty interesting to me in terms of moving forward. It is maybe not being on the sort of pitch or the coaching side, is maybe having a suit on in the stands would be a little bit better. So that's something that I would don't really have too much information on. So I'm looking forward to this course and trying to learn as much as I can.
And lastly, as I said, you've been in a fair few countries across your career, but majority of it has been in Scotland. Why has it been important for you to be a PFA Scotland member? What are the benefits, and what would your message be to other prospective players in Scotland?
I think it's just vitally important. Having played for a huge amount of clubs over the years, I've seen so many different situations in terms of players that have maybe been like transfer situations. The PFA have got a lot of connections in terms of lawyers and agents and things like that, so that they can keep on top of clubs and make sure that clubs are behaving in the right way. And also, like these courses, they put on a lot of courses that you can sort of dip your toes into and send you loads of information. Not just, can be anything from trades to creative media to there's so many different courses. So if you're looking into becoming a member, it's a small donation pretty much each month, and I think it's sort of good insurance for if anything does go wrong with you at your club. At least you know that there's a very good sort of backroom staff that can help you and push you in the right direction.
Perfect, thank you very much, Ryan.